2-hour flight, of course, from Sydney or Brisbane. We'll travel right at. Stephanie Williams was there recently and joins us now to tell us all about it. Stephanie, welcome to the show. And, of course, as I mentioned, so close to us, it's sort of on our doorstep here in Australia. So tell us about what makes Lord Howe so special in your view.
Hi, it is. It's a fantastic location, and the beauty of Lord Howe Island is that it's actually just a 2-hour flight from Sydney. So you can jump on the plane in the morning, and by the afternoon you can be snorkeling on 6 kilometres of amazing coral reef, hiking up to the top of mountains and doing all these amazing adventure activities so close to our doorstep.
So how do you get there? Are there direct flights from around Australia?
There are. There's direct flights from Sydney and Brisbane, depending on the day, but there's flight service in the island every day.
Okay, so when you get there, what sort of accommodation is it? Is it just mainly luxury accommodation?
There's a range of accommodation. So if you're going there for a luxury getaway, which is what I would recommend, the Capella Lodge is the pick of the bunch. It's in the foothills of Mount Gower. There's misty fog rolling past the mountain. You know, every few hours the vista changes. The Lindbergh suite that they have there has point blank views of the mountains, and it's just absolutely exquisite. You would be hard pressed to find a better place than that. And then if you're going with your family or if you're a foodie, Pine Trees is a fantastic location as well. They have everything catered for families, which is really great.
So how big is Lord Howe Island? Can you walk a lot of it? What sort of transport would you use on the island?
Yeah, you can. You can walk, or my preferred mode of transport when I was there was definitely the bike. You hire a bike as soon as you get there, and anywhere within the island is within cycling distance. And the lodge where you end up staying will always take you around to the places that you want to go as well. But everything's definitely, it's cosy, it's beautiful. It's about 6 kilometres long on the reef, and then 11 kilometres on the actual island.
Oh wow, okay, so let's talk activities, because you mentioned there's snorkeling, and of course you can cycle around the island. What else can you do there besides just lying around on the beach?
There's plenty to do. If you're adventurous, it's a really good idea to book in a trip to go out to Ball's Pyramid to go snorkeling. To go diving, not snorkeling. That's one definitely for the divers. It's a very adventurous dive. There's a lot of hiking. Mount Gower Walk is one of the best day walks in Australia. One of my favourite walks was getting to the top of Malabar, which is a beautiful mountain range that looks back down towards that iconic vista that everyone knows of Lord Howe Island. Other than that, you can do glass bottom boats, you can do stand-up paddleboarding, or you could just, at the end of it all, lie on the beach with a glass of wine.
Yeah, there's some spa treatments in there as well.
Exactly.
Talk us through the wildlife there. Obviously you can snorkel and see a lot of sea life. What about wildlife on the ground?
It's actually it's a microcosm of beautiful wildlife. As we said before, David Attenborough went there and said it was absolutely extraordinary. There's some incredible bird watching. So twitchers will love the amount of bird life that's there. There's some endangered species that have been brought back from the brink that you can now spot in everyday life on the island, such as the wood hen. But apart from that, there's just so much fish life on the coral reef. It's absolutely incredible, and it's so colourful and healthy. It's just beautiful.
Tell us about the island in terms of restaurants. Is there a nice variety of where you can eat and drink or potentially go shopping?
Yeah, there are. Shops are quite limited, but that kind of adds to the appeal of getting away from the big city or where you're from. In terms of restaurants, there's fantastic restaurants in each of the lodges. My pick would definitely be back to Capella for lunch, so you can actually see the view during the day and have a nice cheeky glass of wine and some fish and chips. And apart from that, there's probably maybe 10 different restaurants that have different nights where you can grab different food. So at Pine Trees, they have fish fry night on a Tuesday night where they have fresh fish done in every single way you can imagine. And then other lodges will do different specialties on different nights.
Right, great to keep in mind in the lead up to Christmas, I think.
Exactly. You can be fitter but not fatter.
Yeah, exactly, that's true. Stephanie Williams, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All about Lord Howe Island. Well, back now to Hawaii, and Hawaii